Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise Postgame Show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Welcome courtside here, ExtraMile Arena. My name is BJ Rains. This is the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show here at Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com. Hopefully you're subscribed to that YouTube channel there. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the like button. Knock that out now. We'd appreciate that. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, the best way to interact with the show is on YouTube. So hopefully you'll switch over there and subscribe there for us as we make our push towards 2,000 subscribers. Again, this is Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show after a win for Boise State, 90-54. The Broncos take down Eastern Oregon. Not sure it would have mattered, but the game was close at one point, 15-15, 23-22, I believe. And then Boise State finally pulls away from Eastern Oregon, and they win this game, as we said, by a final score of 90-54. Probably won't be a super long post-game show here, but we have some highlights to play. Unfortunately, we don't have any video interviews because the microphone box that I plugged into was not working, and I didn't know that, and I went to edit the video, and all you can hear is a hum. So I apologize for that, but we have no interviews post-game from this one, which is disappointing because we talked to Sada Nganga and we talked to Mo Silla, and I was really looking forward to letting you hear from both those guys, but not able to do that tonight. Shane says, nice for the young guys to get some playing time. D-Rock says, my only expectation was seeing how you young guys would do. Glad we saw a few minutes of them step up. Maybe a couple guys played their way into more minutes. Yeah, I mean, you had the obvious guys, Tyson Degenhart, 19 points, Max Rice, 11, Chibuzo Abo had 9. But for me, the two were, and let's be honest. I mean, it was an NAIA team, and it was in garbage time. So it was against backups from the NAIA team. So, I mean, it is what it is. We got to make sure we don't put too much into it. But overall, to get 13 points from Sada, and to get to 12 points from Mo Silla, I thought were two of the biggest, maybe two of the biggest developments of the season. Really, if you think about it in the second half, if you can get both those guys going and get some contributions out of them, particularly Mo, Silla is a guy that had barely, I think he might have played more tonight than he had all season, maybe. He just has not played a ton, but to get 9 minutes and 31 seconds, to score 12 points for him, 5 for 5 from the field, I thought he was pretty impressive. He also made 2 free throw attempts. So, they really haven't gotten much out of those guys, and really for them to be able to get, the center position's been a spot, that 5 spot, where they just really have struggled to get a lot of production. Lucas Milner, and if Mo can be a guy that can contribute, I think that's a big development for this team moving forward. If Mo Silla is a guy they can count on, and again, it was against an NAIA team that he was like 7 inches taller than the guy guarding him. So I'm not going to make too much of it, but I thought it was impressive, and it was nice to see, and certainly something to build on moving forward. And then I thought for Sada, I mean, he played 19 minutes tonight, and that's for sure the most he's played. We've seen him continue to develop and continue to play, but I thought what he did tonight, there was one stretch where he had like 9 points in like 1 minute and 30 seconds. He had hit a 3, and then he had 2 straight steals and dunks. I mean, it was impressive. And again, you take it for what it is, but I think that he kind of showed you tonight. Well, they both did, but in particular, Sada showed you kind of what the excitement as to why he was the highest ranked prep recruit ever to come in. And he was talking about after the game how he's, he knows it takes time. He's learning the system, he's learning the plays, and he's happy being in Boise and he likes it, and the coaches are pushing him, and he knows that his time is going to come, and he's just got to keep working. And so I was pretty impressed with what he said, actually. And for Mo, he said that was the first basket he had scored this season, here, and to do it in front of the fans and to have 5 baskets. I mean, that was big for him, for his confidence moving forward as well. I mean, you look at his body. I mean, both those guys, you look at, they get off the bus and you're like, man, those are NBA type bodies. And for whatever reason, it just hasn't clicked for either guy. But tonight, obviously huge to see both those guys get going, and you hope that it starts some confidence for them moving forward. The team was 34 of 59. They shot 57.6% from the field. They shot 10 of 17 from the foul line, but they were 12 of 23, 52% from 3-point range as well. So one of their better shooting games of the season. And again, they were much bigger, much more athletic than the team they played from Eastern Oregon. But, you take it for what it is, and they took advantage of it and scored 90 points and played pretty well. He says, it's hard to evaluate from this game. What you said is spot on. Getting those guys valuable minutes can go a long way. And that is kind of the trade-off. I mean, it's, this wasn't San Diego State they played tonight, so you have to put, you have to put it into context. But they did what you wanted them to do. You did what you hoped they would do. It was pretty much a perfect game for Leon Rice. He scored 90 points. Marcus Shaver didn't play. Leon Rice said he couldn't have played tonight, that they were, he needed the time to rest and heal up a little bit from something. So hopefully he's able to go Saturday at St. Louis. But him not playing, Marcus Shaver being out, opened up a lot of minutes. Jace Whiting had his first career start. We talked to him after the game as well. He played 26 minutes, had 7 points. And Max Rice also added 7 assists, by the way, and 9 rebounds. So almost a triple-double for Max Rice. So, I think there was a lot of positives. Lucas Milner only played 11 minutes, had 4 points. Again, he just continues to struggle to just get going, and had a couple. He was in foul trouble again, even though the guys he's guarding are much smaller than him. Lucas just can't get going, and maybe Mo Silla is going to start to earn some of those minutes with how he played tonight. We'll see. Kobe Young got 13 minutes as well. I know he hasn't gotten a ton of playing time, but defensively, he's a guy that I think could get some time come Mountain West play, and so was pretty impressed with what we saw from Kobe on defense. And how about Burke Smith? He got 6 minutes and 46 seconds, and he scored 4 points, so he had a nice bucket. So props to Burke Smith for what he did. So let's take a look at some of the highlights for this one. Thanks to Jaden Finch, our intern, for the highlights. And again, Boise State got off to a nice start. You see Max Rice hitting the 3 there. He had a couple back-to-back, but here they are. Max comes in, has a nice up and under, and he gets the foul. Pavle Kuzmanovic came in the game. Was another one of those guys that got a chance to play. He hit a 3. Let's see what Pavle finished with. 2 for 7 from the field. He had 5 points. He was a plus-minus 17. Eastern Oregon hung around, though. That made it 13-12 right there on the three-pointer by Afwork. And they kept hanging around, but there you see a nice transition bucket for Max Rice. That puts Boise State up 15-12. But, they hung around for a while. I think they hit a three-pointer right here. This is Afwork again. Ties the game at 15-15. They're going to let him shoot that. He'll take it. Bang, tie game. And give Eastern Oregon some credit. They hung around for a while and tied the game. And it was a 18-17 here, but Tyson goes to the rack, gets the N1. Again, Tyson had 19 points in 22 minutes. That's pretty hard to do, to have 19 points in 22 minutes. He gets another bucket there. He didn't need to play him too much. I thought that was smart. But there's Jace Whiting getting to the bucket there. As I said, he played 25 minutes and 39 seconds, was 3 of 7 from the field. Degenhardt hits another 3. Boise State keeps it going. Here's Jace Whiting hitting the 3 from the top of the key. Saw his dad in attendance tonight over there in the front row, so that was cool that he was able to get his first career start and play well in front of dad. Nice dump down there. Lucas Milner with the layup there. Boise State goes up 33-19 at that point. It's 35-20 at this point. Najee Smith drains a 3, 38-20. Boise State pulling ahead. I think that was like a 18-2 run or something after it was a 23-22 game. But Pavle gets the putback there. It was nice to see him get 20 minutes of action tonight, too. He's another guy that they like. He just hasn't had a chance to play a whole lot this year. So there's a missed shot late in the half. Max Rice throws it ahead. Degenhardt with the layup. Boise State goes up 20, 45-25 at the half. We go to the second half now. Here's Najee Smith. Kicks it into the corner. There's Degenhart in front of the Boise State bench. He hits the three. You got RJ Keene and company excited for that one. 50-27 at this point. Nice basket there from EOU, but this one was not much of a game in the second half. Abo hits the three there and the foul. Had a chance at the 4-point play. You see the bench there liking that one again. Boise State up 54-29 at this point. That was a nice bucket there for EOU, but another three. Najee Smith gets it to go. By the way, shout out to Crystal Hogan, female official for the game tonight. I can't remember too many games here on the men's side where you had a female official, and hats off to Crystal Hogan. I thought she did a great job, and hopefully we'll continue to see more females get into the men's college officiating game. I thought she did a great job. Here comes Boise State on a run as well. Najee Smith throws it up, and there he is, Burke Smith getting the field goal. The bench was loving it. Burke Smith doesn't get to play a lot, but he gets in there and scores, and that was cool to see. Now here goes Mo Silla to work. Look at that. Nice turn, right hand. That was nice to see. That was the first bucket for Mo Silla, and those guys played like pretty much the last 9 minutes of the game. Mo was in there, and they didn't take him out. So nice bucket there for EOU to cut the lead to 23. But here goes Jace Whiting. He scores there. He misses, but I think there was and he gets his own putback. There he is. That made it 70-42 at that point with 7:20 to go in the game. Mo Silla again, and the foul. Nice little drop step move there from Mo. Bench again, loving it. Why not? Keep feeding the big guy if it's working. Nice spin move there. Look at the left hand. The left hand from Mo Silla. That was really nice and impressive. And there's Sada in the corner. Bang, he hits the three. Look at the starters, Degenhart, Najee Smith, all those guys liking it. Then Sada in transition on the next possession gets the layup to go. And then he steals the ball here, and he comes down again. And people are wondering what he was going to do. He had a nice dunk there. And then I think he steals the ball one more time if it's on the highlights here. Look at the bip. Here he is. It was literally a span of like a minute and a half, and Sada just took over. And, again, he's going up against backup NAIA players at this point, so you got to put it into some context. But that was pretty impressive for him late in the game. And why not go back to Big Mo? Spins baseline, off the glass, another real big shot. Look at Najee Smith. Can't believe it. He is needing to get helped back up there after another nice move for Mo Silla. And then Sada as well posting up and gets the bucket to go there. So really impressive. Another nice drive, another nice spin. Sada looked much more comfortable in the second half. And, again, he's going up against guys that he should, take advantage of and crush. But Boise State on the fast break again. Nice pass to Jace, back to Silla, and he slams it home. The nice dunk for Boise State. And, again, the plenty to cheer about for the bench in this one. Boise State wins this one. And, again, Mo Silla goes 5 for 5 from the field, has 12 points. Sada and Ganga, 13 points. He was 6 of 8 from the field. He had 19 minutes and 25 seconds. So overall, just huge minutes for Boise State, huge minutes for those guys for Boise State, whether it be Kobe Young getting some minutes, Burke Smith, Mo Silla. Sam Winter even got 2 minutes and 53 seconds and had an assist. So Sam made the record book as well tonight. So the walk-on. So good to see that. So Boise State wins this one. 90-54. Not a ton more to say about this one, to be honest. 90-54. Boise State tops EOU, and they will now head to face a St. Louis team that just lost tonight to Iona. Iona was projected to lose by 1. They're pretty good. They're ranked 81 at KenPom. They got Rick Pitino. It was on the road at Iona, and St. Louis goes up there and falls 84-62. A surprising 22-point loss for St. Louis. So they're going to be, as Leon Rice said, ticked off going into this one on Saturday. So St. Louis was number 40 at KenPom going into the game. They fall to 54, and then Boise State was 57, and they fell to 60, even though they won by 36 points. Boise State falls 3 spots at KenPom. So Boise State now 7-2, sitting at number 60 at KenPom, and they will go up against number 54, St. Louis. The KenPom projection is a 74-70 loss for Boise State. So this is a big game, another dude. Great all-out game tonight. Totally agree. But Saturday, another big-time opportunity for Boise State to try to continue to get these marquee wins. They're 3 for 3 so far. This is kind of the final non-conference, really, really marquee win. That the Santa Clara win would be nice, but this would be a big-time win for that NCAA tournament resume for Boise State. But this will be their first true road game of the season. They've played 5 neutral court games, but it'll be the first true road game of the season. So it's obviously going to be tough. Boise State's going into a tough situation, and we'll see if they can rise to the challenge on Saturday. So I'm not going to waste any more time tonight. 90-54. I'm actually traveling to St. Louis tomorrow to see my family for a little bit. Going to go to the Blues hockey game on Thursday, check out my kids' floor hockey game on Saturday, and then be ready to go for Boise State SLU on Saturday night. So going to shut this thing down a little earlier than usual, as I apologize. I don't have the interviews. The box wasn't working, so I have the video with a humming noise and no audio. So would have played Mo Silla and Sada for you and Leon, and can't do that, and I apologize. So, but we're going to end it right here. But Boise State wins 90-54, thanks to Lithia, Florida, Boise, rowpaint.com, ICCU, all of our great sponsors. We'll tell you more about them tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Winston Venable will join me. 9 a.m. Winston Venable will join me for the Winston Venable Show. We'll talk some football tomorrow, the transfer portal, get you set for the bowl game, all that great stuff. So appreciate you, Shane. Appreciate Jeff. Looking forward to getting to St. Louis, and should be a great game on Saturday. So thanks for checking us out. Go subscribe, BroncoNationNews.com. We appreciate you. Have a great night. Boise State wins 90-54. They'll play Saturday night against St. Louis, in St. Louis, Chaifetz Arena. That'll be a 6 p.m. game in Boise on the ESPN Plus streaming service. So you can watch that there if you subscribe to ESPN Plus. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning with Winston Venable, 9 a.m. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.